So let's get started. So to start, on your yoga mat, come to lay on your back. We'll start with resting pose. Soles of your feet are mat width apart. Knees are resting together. One hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen. Feel the way that your body is supported by the floor. The back of your head, your upper back, the backs of your arms, the back of your pelvis, and your feet touching the floor. Maybe you can hear the sound of the wind. I know that I can. Any sounds that you might hear, notice them, and without ignoring them, label them so that you are clear about what it is that you're hearing. But we're labeling it without judgment. So instead of saying, you know, maybe like the angry wind or the loud wind, we're just going to call it wind. Allow your tongue to relax in your mouth. And allow your lips to come together so that we are breathing Ujjayi breath. In through the nose. Out through your nose. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your abdomen fill up and rise as you inhale. Feel your abdomen fall away from your hands as you exhale. Two more breaths like that. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest and your abdomen. Draw your knees in toward your chest. Give yourself a little hug in and maybe a little bit of movement, rocking side to side. If you'd like more release through your back and hips, you can start to circle your knees in one direction, as if you're making a circle on the ceiling with your knees. One more breath. Hug your knees in. Supine twist to the right. Let your knees come over to the right side. Hips go toward the left side. And if you like, you can put some type of prop between your knees so that your hips have even more support. Breathe into the left side of your body. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more breaths. Last one. Knees come back through center. Hips go toward the right, knees go toward the left. Let your leg bones and arm bones be heavy toward the floor. Feel how your rib cage and each of your ribs kind of separate as you breathe in. Then feel how your rib cage moves back together as you breathe out. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, softening. 2 more breaths. Last one. Take your knees through center, hug in, lengthen your backbone, and we'll come to cat-cow tilts. So you can either do this from seated, taking your hands to your shin bones and lifting and rounding your spine, or you can take cat-cow from tabletop, shoulders on top of wrists, hips on top of knees. As you inhale, lift through your chest bone, lift your sit bones. As you exhale, round your back and drop your head. Inhale, lift forward and upward. Exhale, round. 3 more cycles. You keep breathing your breath. Your own pace, your own rhythm. See if you can start to exaggerate the shape so that you're feeling it in new places. After your 3rd exhale, come to a neutral spine from seated or from tabletop. And then we'll come into Anahatasana, puppy pose. So hip stack over knees, you're going to walk your arms forward on your mat. Forehead can go down to a prop or to your mat. And you could also put something soft like a cushion or a blanket under your knees if you want more support for your knees. This is a chest opener. If you prefer to take this chest opener from seated, you can put your feet on the floor, walk your hands behind you, and as you inhale, you're lifting your chest toward the ceiling. You can even do that with your hands on your knees. Just bringing a little bit of awareness to the space of your front body. 3 more breaths. Two more. Last breath in. Open mouth, exhale. You can stay in puppy pose or in seated, or you can come through to downward facing dog, pressing your hands down firmly into your mat. Lift your hip bones up. It's as if your sit bones are reaching toward the ceiling. And if you're doing this from seated, it's like you're reaching the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Either way, we're creating a long backbone. And we're going to hold this for 5 breaths. So at any time you can come to your knees. But this inversion allows our head to empty out. This breath allows us to focus on being present here and now. Two more breaths. Last one. Look forward, come up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Taking another inversion, ragdoll. Feet come hip distance or wider apart. Because it's a really windy day, you might like to take your feet mat width apart. Hands come to opposite elbows or hands rest on the floor. Let your head and neck dangle. Let your upper body, your torso dangle. Breathe into your back body. Exhale. Last breath in. Exhale, release your arms, heel toe your feet together. Hands to leg bones, lengthen your back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, bow down to the earth. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Reach all the way up. Hands to heart center. Press down into your feet. Feel your feet make contact with the floor. Press into your hands and feel your hands make contact with each other. Notice your lips gently pressing together as you breathe in and out of your nose. Take a full breath in. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Halfway lift. This time, hands go to the floor. Step your left foot back. Lunge pose. Hands can come up to your thigh bone, or you can reach your arms up toward the ceiling. At any time, you can always choose to put your left knee on the floor. And especially if you have been sitting a lot today, it might feel really nice to create a deeper stretch through your hip flexor and through your quadricep muscle. If you want to work with a little bit more strength, maybe you've been, really relaxing today and you want to feel your strength, you can keep your knee lifted and actively press back into your left heel. Start to lift up toward the ceiling with your chest. Take one more breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor. High to low plank if you're taking the vinyasa, or no plank. Cobra or up dog. To downward facing dog, or tabletop. Full breath in. Long breath out. You could be seated on your heels if you're not practicing down dog or tabletop today. One more breath. Open mouth exhale. Look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach up to the ceiling, extended mountain, fold down to the earth. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, step your right foot back, left foot is forward. Crescent lunge. If you want to, you can put your back knee on the floor, maybe even supporting it with something soft, a cushion or a blanket. Hands can stay below your shoulders by placing them on your upper thigh bone, or arms can reach up to the ceiling, lifting and opening toward the sky. Really good holding. Crescent lunge pose is a very grounded posture. Notice how your feet touch the floor. Notice that your legs are strong and capable. Take one more breath in, reach to your fullest. Hands to the floor. You can take your vinyasa if you are doing vinyasas today. And then we'll meet back in down dog, tabletop, or you can come to seated on your heels, which is hero's pose. Wherever you've chosen to rest, we'll be here for 2 breaths. Look forward, step or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach to the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then take Charlie's Angel Mudra. So your first two fingers are pointing up, the other fingers are interlaced. Reach your arms once again to the ceiling, and we'll go over to the right side for a side body stretch. If you would like to deepen this side body stretch, you're going to take your left foot and step it behind your right foot. Totally optional. One more breath in. And exhale back to center, hands and feet. Pause in center and feel the connection of your feet and your hands. Charlie's Angel Mudra, second time. Arms reach up. Come up and over to the left side. This time you can step your right foot behind your left foot to deepen the side body stretch. Maybe even rotating open toward the side. 2 more breaths. Last one. Exhale back to center, hands and feet. Take a moment to feel your feet on the earth, your hands touching each other. Palm to palm. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift. Hands to the floor. Take your vinyasa. Or come to your resting pose, down dog, table, or seated. Warrior one, right foot forward. You can see here with your feet, it's heel to heel alignment. Arms reach to the ceiling. Or you can bend at your elbows and take cactus arms. In cactus arms, you're drawing your shoulder blades onto your back. Maybe even coming deeper into the lunge of your right knee. Your fullest expression. Hands to the floor. You can take a vinyasa or go back to your resting pose. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Left hip comes back, right hip comes forward. Arms can reach up. Or you take another arm variation that feels good for your shoulders and your arms. And just feeling your pelvis in space, notice that your tailbone has a tiny drop in it, and you're lifting up a little bit through your pubic bone. So warrior one is a natural back bend, like it is happening, but we still want to keep integrity in the pelvis by lifting through the pubic bone and slightly lengthening downward with the tailbone. This is it. Hands to the floor. You can vinyasa, or you can come back to your version of resting pose. Balasana, child's pose. Knees to the floor. Knees can come mat width apart. forehead down to your mat. Your arms can either stretch forward or go back alongside your body. Truly let your forehead land, whether it's on the floor or on a prop. Feel the support of the solid ground. One more breath. Open mouth, exhale. Tabletop or down dog. You could also choose to stay in child's pose. It's such a lovely place to be. From tabletop or from down dog, lift your right leg behind you. Lift it as high as it will go, and then bend at your knee and roll your hip open. One more breath. Switch sides. Right foot goes down. From down dog or tabletop, lift your left foot. Reach up your left leg. Bend at your knee and open up your hip bone. Drop your heel toward your hip. One more breath. As you exhale, foot comes back to the floor. Full breath in. Long breath out. Come to tabletop. Step your right foot forward, this time low crescent lunge. You might want to put something under your back knee, since we are going to have the knee on the floor. Hands can come to your thigh bone, and this might be where you like to stay. Or you can bring your hands down on the floor or onto a block or a prop. Hands are on the inside of your right foot. Continue to lengthen through your spine. For these couple breaths, hugging your knee in toward your arm. And then when you're ready, if you like, you can come into a version of Gecko Pose, allowing your right knee to come out and going up onto the blade of your right foot, the outside blade. Your right hand can come to your right thigh bone, gently twisting toward the ceiling. If it feels good in your body, you can tuck your left toes and also lift your left knee. Three, two, maybe extending your right arm for your deepest twist. Hands to the floor. You can take a vinyasa, or you can go right back to table or downward facing dog. And then from tabletop, left foot steps forward, low crescent lunge. Right knee comes down to the floor or a prop. Hands can come up to your thigh bone because you don't ever have to actually go lower to the floor if that's not going to be of service to you today. You can get a lot of good work done here, lifting up and lengthening through the hip flexor and the quadricep muscle. If you'd like to explore what it's like to bring your hands to the floor, hands come down on the inside of the left foot, and the foot may have to move over a little bit, but for these first couple breaths, we're going to keep the whole footprint down on the floor. Just working into every area of the hip that we can find. One more breath. Open mouth, exhale. And now if you like, you can let your left knee go over toward the side. Come up onto the outside blade of your left foot. Left hand can come to your thigh bone for the twist. Maybe you want to lift your back knee by tucking your right toes under. Maybe you extend your left arm up, really making this your own, your expression. Hands down to the floor, vinyasa, or meet back in tabletop or down dog. Two complete breaths. Look forward, step or hop forward, halfway lift, bow forward. Reach up to the ceiling, hands to heart center. Utkatasana chair pose. Feet and knees can be together or feet and knees can be hip distance apart. Hands can stay at heart center or you can reach your arms up to the sky. Now notice those beautiful feet of yours and spread your toes onto the floor. So you have a very strong and solid foundation. Sit back and down into your chair. Inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. This can be elbow on thigh bone, or it can be hand on thigh bone, hand on sacrum. Two more breaths. Twist on the exhale. And then fold forward, release. Let your head sway, your hips sway. Heel toe your feet together. Utkatasana chair pose. Sit low and either reach up or bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale to create length. Exhale, take your twist, a low or high twist to the left. Get deep and low with your lower body. Reach up and forward with your chest. Take it to your fullest twist. Exhale, fold forward, release. Padangusthasana or ragdoll. For Padangusthasana, wrap your peace fingers around your big toes. Lengthen your spine. Elbows are going to point out to the sides of the room. And then fold forward. For ragdoll, hands on your elbows. Just let yourself dangle. Full breath in. Complete exhale. Release your hands. Malasana Yogi Squat. Take your feet wide apart. I like to sit on a block for Yogi Squat. You could stack up books. Tailbone goes down toward the floor. It might even hover. Hands come to heart center or in front of your heart center with your palms together. Notice the points of contact that you have. Feet on the floor. Elbows to inner knee joint. Palm to palm. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. If you are seated on something, you can notice the support under your sit bones. Unhinge your jaw. Be here now with your breath. Good holding. Take your hands to the floor, lift your hips. A big ragdoll. You can bend into one knee and then the other. Swaying your head and your hips side to side. And then when you're ready, starting to walk your feet a little closer together, rolling your way up to standing. Step your right foot forward and your left foot back, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment in your feet. Reach your right arm forward as if it's parallel with your thigh bone. Reach your left arm back. It will be parallel with the floor. Or your hands are at heart center, feeling the connection of your palms. Notice your whole footprint on the floor, both feet. Flip your right palm, exalt your warrior. Triangle pose. Straighten your right leg. Extend your spine forward. Right arm goes down, left arm goes up, or your left hand comes to your left hip. Press down into the big toe mounds of your feet. You are unmessable, even if it's windy or rainy, or there's many changes happening around you. You've got you. Last breath in. Come back up to standing. Toes in, heels out, side facing forward bend. Lift through your chest and then bow forward. Hands come to the floor, and you can walk your hands between your feet, or you can clasp your hands at your low back and then reach your hands up overhead for a shoulder stretch. Bring equal weight into the balls of your feet and the heels of your feet. Let your head and neck dangle. One more breath. As you exhale, release your arms to the floor or walk your hands forward. Halfway lift. Hands to your hips, come all the way back up to standing. Warrior two on the second side. Left foot is forward. Heel to arch alignment. Left arm reaches forward parallel with your left leg bone. Right arm reaches back parallel with your mat. Or you might like to keep your hands on your hips. Your mantra might be, I am steady and strong. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Triangle pose. Come back up, reach your left arm forward. Left arm goes down, right arm reaches up. Or your right hand comes to your hip bone. At any time, your gaze might be looking up toward the ceiling in these versions of triangle, or your head might be looking down toward your left foot. You get to choose. 3, 2. Biggest breath yet. And come back up to standing. This time, heels in, toes out, goddess pose. Sit down through your pelvis. Arms are going to come into cactus arms, or you can keep your hands at your hips. 3 lion's breath. Inhale. Stick out your tongue, exhale. 2 more. Last one. Come to 5 pointed start. Reach your arms up, open up. Hands to your heart. Walk your feet back together. From the top of your mat, we'll take a vinyasa. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. halfway lift. Hands to the floor. You can come through the full flow, or you can go back to down dog or tabletop. And then make your way onto your belly. We're coming into Sphinx pose. And for Sphinx pose, you can be up on your forearms, or you can take a version of Cobra, gently coming up onto your fingertips, or even hovering your arms off of the floor. So in either of these variations, we're working with strong legs, which are connected to your mat, and lifting through your chest bone. Five breaths. Steady breath. Active legs. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Arms can come down by your side body. Turn it cheek. If it feels okay, you can bring your cheek in the opposite direction. You might like to bend your knees and sway your legs side to side. Take your chin to the center of your mat. Come back through tabletop and to seated. Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees out. You can also take this from lying down on your back if you prefer to rest on the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen through your spine. And as you exhale, if you're in seated, you can round forward through your upper back, head, and neck. Letting everything soften. Maybe finding a new level of relaxation to move into. When you're ready, you can lift and lengthen through your spine. Coming all the way down onto your back. And taking some windshield wipers, feet mat width apart, legs swaying side to side. maybe going at a really slow setting. Even though things may be moving fast outside or around us, we can choose to go slow and to even be in stillness. The next time that your knees come to the right side, let them fall to the right. If you keep your feet wide apart, then you're going to feel this twist through your hips and your lower body a little bit more. Arms can open and rest wherever it feels good for you. Your head may go in the opposite direction as long as that feels good for your neck. Easy breath. If you like, you can allow your lips to part, breathing out through your mouth. Knees back through center. Let them fall to the left side. If you keep your knees and feet apart, you'll feel that a little more deeply through your low back and hips. And then ease your body into restoration by softening your muscles. Take your knees through center. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a big squeeze. You can lift your head to your knees. You could even take happy baby, hands to the bottoms of your feet or the backs of your legs. Once again, maybe you're swaying a little side to side. Soothing and calming yourself through this gentle movement and through connection with your breath. Come to stillness if you are moving. Hug in. Big love pose where you just pour love and gratitude into yourself. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this body, for this breath. What else can you thank yourself for? For showing up, for the willingness to choose something that is of service to you. Savasana, final resting pose. Lay down your legs and your arms. Use any props that would allow you to feel more comfort and more ease. We'll rest in silence for a few moments together. The beauty of doing this practice in the comfort and safety of your own home is that if you would like to stay in Savasana, then I encourage you to do that. Maybe you need to rest here, lay here for many, many minutes, and that is perfectly okay. If you are ready to welcome movement back in, you can begin by gently moving your toes and your fingers, letting your head go side to side. And then rolling to one side of your body. When you are ready, you can come up to seated, hands at your heart center. Notice your sit bones making contact with the floor, and lengthen your spine up and away from the floor. Notice your hands making contact with each other, palm to palm. This is creating an orbit of your heart. The energy of your heart moves down your arms, into your hands, and out of your palms. So you are replenishing your heart energy as you rest here in Namaste hands. Feel the energy of your own heart. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Namaste.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if there's specific content that you'd like to see on this page to be of service and support to you, please contact me through my website, www.ericablackburn.com, to make your request. For watching this video, there's a free gift for you to download. Please click the link in the description. I invite you to subscribe to this page, share, like, and spread the love so that we can all elevate and share in a purpose-filled life. If you'd like to work with me directly, either through one-on-one coaching or healing sessions, or in my group programs, please go to my website to book a discovery call with me today. Namaste.